Hey there, Soul Shines. It's Michelle here, and it's a creative expressions video. Yay! So many things, but so many not things. What to talk about? I'm trying to decide which to do first, and I think I'm going to do my unbagging first. I have an absolute amazing subscriber. She has been so generous and kind to me, and I'm so especially grateful for her. And I got a package, and it was very hard waiting for people to get done using my laptop for school, because I was like, I'm going to go home and put my package, but I have to do it on video. I'm going to go home and put my package. And then I had to decide, am I doing it in this video, which is a podcast style video in case you didn't know, or am I going to do it on a separate video? I decided I'd do it on this video. So I got a bug. It is from, what's the name of it? I know the name of it, but Love Crafts. I was like, why is it not coming through my head? So yes, it is from Love Crafts, and I do know for sure that this is the package that my favorite, she has to be my favorite right now, subscriber got for me, so that I can make my Christmas presents. Oh my gosh, it's making me tear up. For my son and his wife and my grandkids, and so exciting. So, package. Ta-da! It's in the yellow bag, guys. It's in the yellow bag. All right. Little paint box cottons. So this one is white, and there's a second white, and a third white, and a fourth white, and a fifth white. I don't know if there's more whites in here, but we got a black, and we got brown, and we got this grayish color, and we got this kind of reddish color, and we got, oh, it's so pretty, blue, and a yellow, and a green, and a pink, and a lighter pink. Oh, it's quite the stack here. Another white. I knew there should have been another white in there. Okay, a lighter blue, a different color of green, this color of blue. Oh my gosh, I am so stinking excited. These are so pretty. And an orange. That's everything in here. Yes. Okay. So I've got all these colors. I don't know if I can hold them up. Let me see if I can tip this down just a little bit. To hold them in my arm. I'll put the blue by the blue so you can see that they are different colors of blue. And then there's a couple pinks, and two different greens, and a red, and a brown, and a yellow, and a black, and a gray, and then of course there's the whites. I have to do this. I'll tell you why in a moment. Okay, all the yarns. I'm so stinking excited. Oh, I can't wait to show you. I can't wait to start. I'm trying to think. I'm definitely putting this on my project list, so I'll just see. I'm so excited. Put these back in here for now. And get looking at the pattern and going. Oh, I'm so excited, and thank you so much. I don't even know how to tell you. I was just even thinking about this morning. I don't know whether the package came this morning, which it might have, because it might have come in the mail, because I did hear the mailman this morning, and nobody's found it last night, and kids did do stuff. But if it was in the mailbox, which this was quite a big package, for it to be in the mailbox. But if it was in the mailbox, I don't think anybody checked the mail yesterday. But I was thinking about it this morning. I was like, I wonder when my yarn package is going to get here. I'm so excited for it. And then I can get going on my kids' stuff. And I was like, hey, I need you to go out and check the mail. And package. I'm so excited. I'm going to move into talking about why I felt like I had to do the stacking thing. It makes me a little bit sad, but at the same time, I think it's a really good thing in the long run. So, the mystery yarn challenge. Some things happened. I got charged more money for a bill than I was agreed to, that I was expecting. It was $4 more. So for most people, that probably wouldn't be a big deal. But for me, it made it so there wasn't money to cover it. And so I got an insufficient funds charge. I was so angry. I haven't heard back from the company about why they charged me more money. So, because of that, I had to actually contact Lori and pull out of the thing. I'm really sad about it because I absolutely love participating, but I think that it will probably be a good thing so that I could just really turn my focuses to Halloween and Christmas projects. And so, kind of sad, but I did pull out. The person that was supposed to send to me hadn't sent the yarn yet, so we were able to work it out. And yeah, but it's okay. It's good. Like I said, I need to focus on other things. I'm going to put the picture up here of the flower of the month from Judy's Creations and Crochet. She's got her KAL going. You can go back and look her October 1st thing. I think we have the 29th tournaments of this month to work with the flower of the month. Knit, crochet, latch hook. If it's a yarn project, she accepts it. She calls it a crochet along just because she's a crocheter, but it's just a make along. So I have plans, and I'm excited about it because it actually will qualify for the flower of the month, but also it will be my daughter's a contribution to my daughter's Halloween costume. That's the word. So I'm excited about that. I was excited that the colors came up and made it so it worked. I talked to her about it because it's gonna have a hat, and I was like, coloring for the hat, is this color okay? And then I have to so I have to pull out my yarns today, and I've been needing to do this anyway. I need to do some decluttering. I have a tote that I just throw stuff in until I can put it away properly, and that is overflowing, so I need to put things away properly. There's some yarns that somebody gave me, and I'm like, oh, these are horrible yarns, and I do not even want to pass them along to Mystery Yarn Challenge people, so I may just let those go entirely. I don't know, but that's one of the things that I'm going to do. So in that process, I will see if I have the color I need. I used to have that color, and I'm just not sure if I still have any of that yarn left over. I hope so, because I'm really excited about that. So that covers, one more KAL. So last time I forgot to mention it, but I did put a little words thing, but I forgot to mention that Salt City Knits Shawl Along is still happening. If you want to participate in the Shawl Along, you can go check out her channel. It's pretty much, I think you just tag, I don't know what the rules are, but you work on it. I don't even know if it has to be a finished object, if it could be whips. I don't know what the rules are, but making shawls. I might make a shawl. There was a pattern, Judy's Creations and Judy's channel, in her little thing where she does like the slideshow of everything that people created for her make along, she did there was a shawl in there. It might have been the one she made, but I'm not sure. But I was like, that is so beautiful. And I'm thinking that I want to, because the shawl I made last month for the KAL, I decided I didn't like the shape of it. I was never going to use it. But my daughter tied it around her waist and it looked really cute. And so she decided she would take it as like a hip scarf. So we'll see if she ever wears it. But it's super cute. And so then I was like, well, I still have some Christmas Hobie yarn. The Christmas Universe. So I might pull that out and work on that for myself. But I might not. I might not do another shawl for the shawl along. The shawl along was for September and October. I might not, because if I don't do any other project for myself, I have like multiple thoughts, sorry. It will kind of force me to work on my socks, and I feel like I need to work on my socks, so we'll see. So those are the crochet and knit alongs. Let's talk about the mystery crochet along, because I've gotten my October clue already. So I have my September clue and my October clue, and I haven't even worked on them. And honestly, I'm not sure I'm going to work on them until December. If I can, I definitely want to. I definitely want to pull it out and start working on it. But I have so many things going on right now, I'm not sure. So there's that. Snake update. Let's do that. Okay. I have been working on the grandkid snakes. I did not do my stitches yet today, but it's actually before noon today, so I have plenty of time. So this one here is for my grandson. So here's his head, of course. And it got too long. So that's where he's at. I'm pretty sure I looked and there is like no more red ever for this snake. It probably will go into the oranges again. I can't remember. I think it goes into the oranges, but like there is no more red going to be on this snake. Which isn't surprising, considering he was born in the end of May and our red colors would be in July, mostly July, end of June maybe, July, and for sure in the beginning of August. So this is his red. And so this is where he's at right now. I am very much on track for getting done what I want to get done, and I'm excited about that. And so here, whoa, she got fuzzy stuffs on her. So this is my granddaughter's, and again, super long. Not sure how much they are together. I don't know, she might have more red because she was born the first part of July, so there might be a little red close to the tail. But I was going to hold them up together. So put their heads together and just see lengthwise how they're doing and how different but like kind of the same they are. And so you can see that one of them, which looks like my granddaughter's, is a little bit shorter, but in the end they will be the same length. And I did notice we got the little black that kind of was out of place. That's where there was 2 days that there was no record, and so I was like, well, I'm just gonna use the head, and the tail will also be black when I get there. They're supposed to be snakes. Right now they look like worms because she's not given the mouth pattern, but I'm really excited about them, and they're so long, so very long. I have to say, I would love to make, every time I have a grandchild, I would love to make snakes for them. But unless I can trust that their parents will not give them to them when they're young, I'd be very hesitant to give them to them. my grandson at Christmas time, he will be 3.5, and my granddaughter will be 5.5. So I figure it's okay, but it's just because these are so long, like they literally could be a choking hazard, you know. So I would be very careful about them and hope that they're taken well care of, but also that the babies aren't going to choke and stuff. So those are those two snakes. And Millie, this bag. So I put her inside the baggie with everything else, but I have all the different yarns broken out into baggies. So like sandwich baggies for each yarn because they were all getting messed up. Except for some of them actually are in snack size baggies because they were smaller to begin with. But everything's in baggies. And then she's in this. And honestly, I usually just pull out like her tail and leave her in the bag while I'm working. Just makes it a little bit easier for her to turn around and things like that. But let's see how long she is. So here she is. Ooh, can do it. I'll make her a smiley face. So she's getting there. She's got 3 more months to go. This is 9 months of length. So isn't that exciting? And I'm pretty positive we are done with this Bordeaux color, which would have been our hottest months. We have been down into some of the blush colors. I haven't looked at the temperatures this week to know if they dropped lower. I think they may have a couple of days. So we might be getting into this light blue here, up in here. I'm not sure. This is actually coming out on my son's birthday. He's gonna be 19. So I'll have a birthday I'll actually have 2 more birthdays on this before. There's a part of me that I haven't decided yet. So my son's birthday is on Monday, and then 2 Mondays after that, so 2 weeks later, is my oldest son's birthday. So for sure we'll mark both of those. But then the day after that is my mom's birthday. And she helped raise my kids. We lived with her when she died. For many years before she died. We've always lived really close by or with her for most of my kids' lives. And so I'm sitting here going, I didn't put I didn't put my brother and his wife. I didn't put their sons in here. Do I want to put my mom on here? And I haven't decided. Maybe I'll see if instead of doing a sparkle color, maybe I'll see if there's another color I can put on that's just kind of in memory of my mom. We'll see. So that's in a couple of weeks. But yeah, I'm going to stick this fluff in here. Why not? So yeah. And I'm like, look, I have a scarf. I have a plan. And I'm trying to decide whether I want to do it for next year's temperature project or if I want to just hurry and whip up them for this year. So when you do a temperature anything, you have options galore. You can do the highs and the lows. You can do an average. You can do like every single day of the year, which is the snakes. There are 365. I don't think this wasn't a leap year, was it? I don't know. If this was a leap year, there was 366. No, it's an even year. There's no way it was a leap year. I think next year might be. I'm pretty sure next year is. Anyway, so we got the leap year, or the snake that's 365. Some people actually have been making the snakes and either doing like every other day or an average or the high for the week. So I was looking at it and I'm going back and forth between 2 ideas. I want to make a pair of socks using these same colors, the blues and the pinks. And even this would be my toes and heels and possibly a ribbing, probably a ribbing color. So I would have that as the colors, and then all of these colors, so the dark blue, navy blues, the medium blues, the light blues, the pink, the blush, the pink, and then the burgundy. I just think these would be amazing socks. But there's no way. This is approximately, maybe a little bit more, but about how much a knitted row would be. There's no way I'm making socks that big. Though, like, yeah, no way. So I was like looking at how many rows do I actually put in a pair of socks. Actually, I have a pair of socks right here. These, one of these has all of the markings that before I turned the heel. So this would be approximately where I finished the toe. And then I've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 before I put in the heel. So my thoughts are, if I do either maybe I have two thoughts and I haven't decided which I'm going to do. I could do the average for a week. I'm definitely doing a weekly thing, because then that gives us pretty close to a sock length. But I want to do 2 temperatures. So I know I'm going to do the high for the week. And I might do either the lowest high or the low for the week. So I might do the high and the low of the week, or I might do the high and the average for the week. I haven't decided yet, but I want to do that for my next temperature project. But the question is, do I want to make it for this last year and just match what this has? Or do I actually want to do this as my project for next year and just take the entire year to make a pair of socks? So, and hopefully I have enough yarn for it, but I think I will. So that's kind of one of my things I'm thinking of. I think that would be really fun. And they would be longer socks than I've ever made, because what I would do is do the heel, and then I would start in on the stripes for the temperatures, and then not a heel, the toe, because I like doing toe up socks. I would do 2 at a time, and I would start in on the stripes for the temperature, and as you saw, it was like about 60-ish lines that I would take to get to my heel, and then what is there, 52, 56, 54? I cannot remember. It's 52. So there's 52 weeks in a year. So I would end up with 104 full length stripes. So it would probably go up my foot a decent length, like a length for a normal sock, I think. So I think it's going to be perfect and work out great. So I'm really excited about it. So there's that. Finished objects. I showed one of these last week. So I showed this one last week, that it's a present I've made for my friend. I'd cut the towel in half, and I used the other half of the towel for another one. But I don't know how well it shows up here at the color shop well enough to know. I alternated where the blue and the green were on them. So this is exciting. This is the first time I've used cotton, and I don't know how well it works. Like, I know cotton will wash well, but I was thinking about it. I'm like, will it shrink? I don't know. So, but I think I want to make a cotton pair for me. And the cotton I used was from Mainstays. Their cotton is so soft. It's pretty, it's soft. So we shall see. I'm just going to give them to them. I'm not doing anything else for them, so their presents are complete. I just have too many other things to add to it, but I think this was good. And so they're going to get married so soon. So that's them. Another finished project that takes us into works in progress. So it's finished object, works in project. I'm going to put the finished object, I'll get a little video that I'm going to stick in right now. Okay. Hey everybody, this is Hiram. And Hiram has something to show you. You got to put him in the camera. Over in front of my face. Like I said, in front of my face. So these are his finished gloves. And I will show you that we are working on his feet. Getting ready for Halloween. Say yay.
Yay.
Clap for us. Yay. Okay. And then, now that you guys have watched that, I'm going to share. I'm going to remind you of this is what he's being for Halloween. And so if you look, the mitts have the 4 things, just like the hand. And then I did the little claw things. Well, if you look at the feet only have 3 and they're kind of squares. So what I made was these, they're going to sit like on top of the shoe, right? So they'll sit on the shoe, measured his shoe, his foot, and so it made it kind of square. And then the only thing I have left to do on these is make the 3 claws to put on the front. So I finished both of these yesterday. So claws is the plan for today. And then the only other thing I have to do for his project is just crochet really long chains to wrap up his legs and his arms. And we've got his box cut out to see how it would work, see if he could sit in it, see if the size was going to be okay. So that's his body box. The only thing we have left to do for that is we need to cut off the front flap, because it was a box that folded into the center. So we need to take that off and attach it to the other side, because this creature is a jack-in-a-box kind of thing, a creepy, scary jack-in-a-box monster. And so it's a full flap. So we've got to tape that so it's the full flap. And then we got to paint the box so that it's the right colors. The one thing I'm not sure of, and I don't know, maybe when I'm doing my yarn today I can look at the boxes that we have, because the one thing I'm not sure of is a box for his head to make the top of the head. So we'll see, but that's where we're at. I'm really excited about this because, number one, even though I don't love what he's being for Halloween, I love that he had a plan. We talked about it early enough that I could make something, and I'm almost done with it. So that's all exciting. So exciting. Okay, so that's that project. And I've talked about snakes. Let's talk about my tithing project really quickly. So this is how far I am on the thing. I did end up undoing the first round of the star stitch because I realized it wasn't working right, and I realized why. It was because when I cast off here, in order to get it to have the stretch that I needed to, I was having to add like I kind of did a crochet slip stitch type idea for binding it off. And so every couple stitches I chained one. It was a chain technically. So it was like, pull this one off, do a chain, pull this one off. So that was kind of how it was. And so then when I was like, oh yeah, that's what I did, I undid this and then made sure that basically one of these star stitches lines up exactly the same for each of the ribbing. So they land the same, and so there's one star stitch for every set of ribbings because it covers 2 stitches. And then I just have been working with it all around, so I'm really excited. I thought I would tell you today a reminder of what kind of yarn it is. It is from Yarn Bee. It is Tender Touch Ice Glue yarn, and it is a 5. I think it's a 5. Yeah, so this is a 5 weight yarn, so it's a little bulky. I don't love working with it, but this isn't too bad. I wouldn't go out of my way to work with bulky yarn. And then the stitch or the hook that I'm using is a J 6mm hook. So I'm really excited about that. It's gonna be, with this yarn, that stitch pattern is so extra pretty. Isn't that so extra pretty? I just love it. And that, I'm surprised because, I've been crocheting for over 40 years. And I've learned a lot of stitches over the years. I've done a lot of different things. I've worked with all kinds of yarns, all kinds of experiences. But I'm doing the 100 Days of Christmas from Chatelaine Makes, and I'm putting her up here. I'm gonna do that a little bit. So I'm putting her channel up because she has I'm not putting her up here. I don't think I can do that. I'm putting the playlist up here, and the playlist is my own playlist, but in that there's always links to all the people. Plus, I will link Chatelaine Makes down below. Her name is Lorraine. I'm going to link her down below. I've learned so many stitches from that. This one is a star stitch. There was a Trinity stitch. The herringbone stitch. I don't even know. There's so many stitches. It's amazing what you can do with crochet. There's really cool things that you can do with knits, but when it comes down to it, knitting is like, if you know how to purl and you know how to knit, then there's yarn overs and yarn unders. There's a few different kinds of increases and decreases, but pretty much once you know the increases and decreases of the few different kinds, yarn overs and yarn unders, and how to do things, the only other thing is cables, which is not actually different stitches, it's just working them out of order. And so once you learn how to knit, it's not that you're learning new stitches per se, as much as just the patterns of how you work them create different looks. And so I love the fabric that knit comes up with. It's just such a beautiful fabric. It tends to offer more flow than crochet does. But crochet, there are so many ways that you can knot the yarn together to make it look completely different. And all of them work off of the basic stitches. So if you know how to chain single, half double, and double, then you can learn the rest of them really easily. But it's like, where do you stick your yarn in, and how many times do you yarn over, and do you yarn over before you pull through? How many yarns are you going to pull through? How many times are you going to work into the same stitch? Those kind of things. Crochet has so much more variety. And so there's so many things I've never done. And it's been really fun doing the scarf that I'm making for the 100-day challenge. Because first of all, it's very pretty. I love the colors that I chose, and I love how it's working up. And I'm learning so many new stitches, so that's really fun. So there's that. Another thing, I'm going to talk about this in a sec. I'm going to talk about it, but now. When I make socks, if I am like on my first heel, I mess up so bad, I will switch the other side of the heel, and all of a sudden it will work. And usually then the other one will work really well too. It's amazing. It's like almost this message of, you're doing it on the wrong side, so you need to switch. And almost everything that I'm just like, this isn't working, this isn't working, this isn't working. If I switch something up like that, it ends up working. So I was trying to do lace gloves for my daughter, and it was a combination of I just didn't have a desire to do it, which was weird because I really did want to make them. I was working on black crochet thread, and for whatever reason, I had made these gloves before, so it wasn't the pattern. Something just wasn't working. I think I understand now. It's not really the kind of gloves that she was looking for. She's a writer, and she wanted fingerless gloves mostly. I mean, she likes the look of them, so she would have loved the look of them, but a big part of why she wants fingerless gloves is to keep her hands warm but leave her fingers free. So I was like, okay, I'm scratching that. I'm going to do it again. So then I tried a cotton yarn like I'm making with the snakes. It's a one white yarn and everything, and the fabric was pretty good. I got a beautiful swatch, and I was like, ooh, I really like this fabric. Now I for sure want to make me a sweater from that, like a t-shirt, like the knit t-shirt. So I know I want to do that. Probably January or something, knit myself a sweater because I just love how the fabric turned out. But I could not get the ribbon going right. It was either going to be way stretched out or way too thin, and I was like, what in the world? It wasn't working. I had a yarn in my tote of yarns that I'm using for hats. The reason why they're separate is because they're really soft, and I've been making them for cancer patients, and they need to have really soft things because they don't have hair sometimes. And that's the whole point of their hats. So I had this yarn. It was actually yarn that I got from a mystery yarn challenge, and I really loved it. So here is, oops, it's this taupe color yarn. I got it for September. We're in October now. It's the one I made most recently. It's my favorite thing I've made. So this is Premier Anti-Pilling, everyday worsted, 100% anti-pilling acrylic. It's a 4-weight yarn, super soft. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna switch it over to there. And so what I decided to do is I worked up the just enough of the swatch to know how big around or how many per an inch I was getting. And then I followed a video from, her name's Roxanne. Roxanne. She's a knitting person. She's really, really good at education. And so I followed her, and she had basically how to make fingerless gloves without a pattern. She gives a bunch of formulas you can figure out, things like that. And so I started and I cast on, and these are where I am at. I did decreases. I think I could have used them out to be a little bit farther, but she loves how they fit. So she wants it to kind of come up high, and then she likes that it's snug, but then I'm not doing any more decreases. So from here, it's just gonna be this width until we bind it off. Except for when I get to here, I have to do some increases to make for the thumb because, you know, your hand goes out. But she loves them, and they're working out great. I'm working 2 at a time. I did the way I did my decreases was I ended up doing every 3 rows. If I would have realized how, for some reason I thought I only needed to make a 5-inch length, which is about what I got, 5.5. But I actually am gonna need 7.5, so I have like 2 inches with no decreases that I could have spread the decreases out a little bit more. But it's okay, it's all good. But I ended up putting decreases on, like I did 1 decrease on this side, did my next 3 rows, then I did the next decrease on this side. It might not have been that one because here's the decrease. So it was like every other time, like it switched which side of my needles because I'm doing them in the magic loop. So 1 decrease was on this side, and then the next time it came around and I did it on this side. So that's how I did my decreases. I did them every 3 rows, and now I just have to get them to the length. I think I have an inch more or so, maybe an inch and a half, to the length that she wants it to be before I do the increase for the thumb hole. And I'm really excited about them. These have been working great, so I know that this is the project I was actually supposed to make them for her, and they are going to be soft and comfy and be exactly what she needs for her writing. So I'm excited for this finally done. This is her belated birthday present. Her birthday was 5 months ago, but I just had so many problems with them. So that's exciting. Now I'm going to come over here to my list, make sure I've talked about everything. The cube for my son, I was a little discouraged because they came and said, we need to trade weekends. And I was like, oh, but I'm so close to finishing his project. So I've got 5 of the sides for a 6-sided cube done. He goes on the 21st. It's the weekend around the 21st, whatever that is. Friday the 13th was when he was supposed to be going. Now he's going to be home for Friday the 13th, and so it's the next week that he's going to be gone. So then I can make the last panel, decide if I need to remake the first panel. I did snip a couple yarns, and it seems like it might be working better. So that might be okay. I hope I only have to make one more panel, because then I will be able to do the sewing up and finishing it all up and have his present done. And I'm really excited about that. But like I said, I can't work on that until he's gone, which is not going to be until the weekend of the 21st. So that is done. Baby octopi. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because the last one ended up small, which I figured out what happened. So I showed you that I had the hooks that have like this stuff on them. And I had used that to make most of the octopus, like the mama octopus and the baby octopus. And I had marked down what size I used, but then I couldn't find it. And so I found a hook that said it was the same size. But it was one of the old, and I'd probably had it since I was a kid, one of the old metal crochet hooks. And I don't know if it's just because of how I hold the hook differently, but I think that's what happened to the gauge for my octopus. And so I don't know if it was that I'm just like kind of frustrated that they didn't end up the right size or what it is, but I haven't worked on them. I realize though that when I'm doing my yarn stuff, I have to pull out and make all of the little circle bottoms for, where is my octopus? Yeah, it's buried. I can't find it yet right now. But anyway, it has the little circle bottoms for memory. So I'm going to pull out yarn and do all of the circles that I need to finish all of the octopus. Then that's not an excuse. So I hope to have all of those done and at least a baby started, if not done by next week. It's definitely got to be one of my priorities. So I talked about the mystery crochet along, and I'm hoping to get going on that. But like I said, I've got so many Christmas projects, they're priority to me. Because as much as I love the beautiful blanket I'm making, it can wait. It doesn't have a particular purpose for anything other than it's just beautiful and I'm having fun making it. I probably will hang it at the edge over my headboard, which actually is a really fun idea. So, but I have all these other things, Halloween and Christmas presents, that are priorities. So there's that. We've talked about snakes. We've talked about my son's Halloween project. We've talked about 100 Days of Christmas. We've talked about the dress towels. I showed you those. I think I am done with all of the things to show you. all of my projects. I definitely will have more things going because I will start working on Christmas presents for my son now that I have all of this yarn. I'm so excited. Isn't this so fun? Life updates. Obviously, things have not improved drastically with finances. I do have to say, I was just praying. So the day that I had to pull out of the mystery yarn challenge, I just went into such a huge depression that day that I hardly got anything done, period. My house is a disaster because it's like, it's all on me, which is okay, but I haven't felt good. I've either physically been not well or I've been emotionally not well, so it's kind of a mess. But I decided to take a bath that day. I was like, I need the magnesium from the water. I need to take magnesium. I need to just chill. I didn't have movies going. I didn't have anything going while I was bathing. I was just like, just need quiet me time. And I was praying and I was asking for some particular things for money. And I had a friend who I've done a lot of different healing work for in the past, and I've been trying to help her, reminding her to have faith in certain circumstances, helping her make a big decision and things like that. And I got out of the bath and found that basically while I was praying, or right after I got done praying about this thing, she sent me money. And it was for opinions, which was just such a tender mercy. And also it helps cover the insufficient fees, makes it so that there's money to cover the thing that was trying to come out. So it was such a relief. I still don't know how everything's going to get paid this month, but we're working on it. Did a lot of energetic clearing of my house. And there's a question that is asked sometimes in the metaphysical world, and it's, who does this belong to? And I've asked that question so many times, and it just, sometimes it's really powerful and helps me get things with, like this morning I was just sitting there and I'm like, it's doing nothing. And the thought came into my mind to ask a different question. And that question was, who did you duplicate this from? And when I asked that question, I had the results, and this depression that I had been feeling, I couldn't shake for anything, no matter what kind of tools I was using, finally lifted. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I was like thinking about things. My mom broke her knee, and she never recovered fully, and she had walking problems for the rest of her life. I broke my knee, and it's been 4 years, and I'm still struggling. And I couldn't figure out what the heck was going on. And I think that I duplicated her energy. And a lot of the things, have you ever noticed how you'll say something and you're like, oh my gosh, it just sounded like my mother? I feel like sometimes that's the same thing. It's like duplicating what my mom said, duplicating what my mom believed. Like even the frustrations with trying to, like yesterday I asked for rides and crickets. And then I did the thing about duplicating, because I was like, so much of the way that I feel like people aren't helping me, that certain things are happening, I'm like, I feel like I'm being my mom, and these are the way my mom thinks and do, but I couldn't figure out what was going on. And so I asked the question, felt this huge relief and lift of energy. And this morning, I said, hey, I'm still looking for a ride to the store, and almost immediately got a reply. Wow, maybe I really was being my mom. Maybe I really did duplicate her energy and said, this is how I need to be because this is how moms are, or whatever. I don't even know. I don't even care. I just know that was a big blessing for me. And just a simple switch in questions that I asked myself. And I apologize if when I start talking about energy work, you're just like, whatever. It's a big part of who I am, and it's a big part of my life. Personal development, mindset work, trying to clear up things, doing my best to stay in an attitude of gratitude and focus on all that's going right in my world so that what you focus on grows. I'm focusing on good things. I'm doing my best. Not always easy because I've been in some of the deepest down places of my life. But I'm doing it. I'm coming out of it. I can feel differences. So I apologize if that's like you're like, oh my gosh, y'all went woo-woo on me. It's just a part of who I am. So my house feels so much better, by the way. And I'm hoping okay. My dishes, my kitchen is so horrible right now. And I know that it needs to be done. Doing the dishes needs to be a priority. Getting back on track for these things need to be a priority. At the same time, I also know that in a couple hours, maybe less than that, I'm going to the store. And so I'm going to be on my leg. And so there's a part of me that's like, I don't know. Do I take care of the dishes, or do I acknowledge that I'm going to be on my leg and I'm going to have to wear a brace because my knee's doing weird things again. So there's a part of me that's like, I need to do this. And the other part of me is like, you need to also take care of yourself. So you need to save your leg standing walking time for the store. So those are some of the things that I'm in, some of the places. Other life updates, I don't know. Kids are loving being at the haunted house. My daughter, it's always fun to see what she does. She finally found a role that she actually really enjoys at the haunted house. So hopefully she can continue to get that frequently. My younger daughter, she has the role that she wants, and she is really good about getting it. She's like, I am dull. That is my role. She is so good at it that they love putting her in it too. She's just a perfect fit for it. So it's a great place for her. She does a great job. So that's really fun. Kids are doing great in school. And we're just moving forward and plugging along. So yeah. I think that's about it. Anyway, I'm going to grab a thing. I'll grab Millie. Remember to let your light shine through your creations, whatever they be, whatever medium they are. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.